Okay, we are back at the removal of the Tongue and Groove floor in the 1930s farmhouse. Last time I did this, so 2 episodes ago, I was ripping out the boards and it was doing pretty extensive damage on the tongue and the groove side of the board. Usually I do a bit of research on how to do things, and in this case I just kind of started tearing things out and didn't really do any research. Well, turns out there's a proper way, or a few proper ways, to remove tongue and groove flooring without damaging it, and I want to thank many of you for suggestions on how to do this. First of all, I need to be working from the tongue side, not from the groove side. Last episode I was doing the groove side. There were quite a few comments about using like a sawzall with a metal blade and going underneath and just cutting the nails. And that's one method I think I'm going to try, but I'm going to try a different method first. And this one was actually pointed out by a viewer. They suggested that I check out a channel called Vaguely Victorian. They had a video where they were actually removing tongue and groove flooring out of an old, I think it was 1800s house. And they had a technique where they were able to remove it, not damage the boards at all. And it also had the same cut nails that we have here in the tongue and groove board. So I'm going to try that method first. I need to get a few boards off of this wall right here because that's the tongue side. So I'll have to take a few of those boards out. I'll probably end up damaging those, but it's okay. And then I'm going to try their method. And basically, it's taking a rather large pry bar, putting this portion underneath where the nail is, and pulling the pry bar towards you, not away from you. So you don't want this to push up on the board, you want this to pull on the board. And apparently that will loosen the nail out of its position. Go down and do that on all the joists where there's nails in the tongue side, and supposedly you can remove it. Let's give it a try. got all of the Tongue and Groove flooring out of the bedroom. I think we're gonna call that the master bedroom. Can't see it under these plywood pieces, but it's out from underneath there too. So the new technique worked out way better than my first technique of just ripping it out. So using a long crowbar, I guess you call this, and hammering this underneath, pulling it forward like this, going along all the joists where the nails are, doing that. And when I pull it forward, do it slightly just to get the nail up a little bit, or the board off the joist just a little bit, and then come back, put this thing underneath, hammer it in, and pull it forward again, and then also pull it backwards. And that kind of loosens either the nail or the wood around the nail, and you're able to get it out fairly easily. So definitely a lot faster process than what I was doing before. And I think I'm going to continue using this process. I don't think I'm going to try the other one where I take a Sawzall with a metal blade and try to cut the nails. Just, there are so many nails, and I'll probably just go through blade after blade after blade, and they're really expensive. So I'm just going to keep going this way. Now I have quite a bit of cleanup to do before I can start on the next room, and I think I'll probably do over in what we'll guess will be the living room area. So that's another thing, is kind of logistically figuring out which direction to go or which areas to do next. So I don't really have the ability to move this pile of wood outside today and get it into a barn or out of the way because it's raining. So I'm probably gonna have to pause for today and resume tomorrow. But this is a lot better than last time. And this process allows me to actually salvage the tongue, and the groove, and the tongue side of the boards. It doesn't do a lot of damage. Maybe where the nail went through the tongue side, there's a little bit of damage, but these things can definitely be reused as tongue and groove boards if we wanted to do that. So thank you for the tip, and yeah. All right, a little cleanup, and then we'll continue on. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. Nice shenanigans. Come on, ladies, let's go. Come on, Pops, let's go for a walk. Good boy. What a good boy. Take your own sweet time. All right, let's go for a little walk. Come on. We'll let the sheep eat. Come on, ladies. Let's go find something to eat. Oh, you gonna let me touch you? Oh my goodness, I touched you. Blanche, let me touch her. Let's get this stuff off of you. Oh, feel good? Hey, Winston. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Hi. Alrighty then, so it is the next day. Took the dogs for a walk and the sheep for a walk. I needed to switch paddocks with them. They have 2 paddocks that they go back and forth, and so they went for a walk with me to the new paddock. Anyway, Katie, you can come in. You don't need to hide. Look who it is. It's Katie. You can't see her. There she is. She's coming in from the light.
Come in from the light.
I was just explaining that I was taking the sheep for a walk and the dogs to switch paddocks. Anyway. All right, so this is now the next day working on this section of the flooring, kind of the living room area of it. This section's both easier and more difficult. Easier because I have a good technique down. More difficult because there's some areas in random places where they've nailed in boards beyond the cut nails that are inside the tongue. So it makes it really difficult to pry this up without splitting the board. And then you can probably see through the time lapse and some other stuff. Well, you can see based on the time lapse, but there are, let's see, where is it? 1, 2, I have it backwards. 1, 2 2x4s that I laid across the exposed joists, and I screwed those in just to give a little bit more stability to this. As I'm stripping away the flooring, I can definitely notice more of a bounce to the floor and a little bit less stable feeling on the floor. So I just want to add some cross bracing as I go along. I know it's not going to be nearly as strong as the oak flooring that I'm tearing up, but something's better than nothing, so that's what I'm doing. And I'm also vacuuming as I go along. So if you guys remember, gosh, it was 2 years ago now, I remediated a bunch of mold down in the crawl space, which is right below us here. Well, all of the sides and the underside of the floor joists, they don't have any mold on them, but I'm finding that there's a little bit of mold still on the top of them between the top of the joist and the bottom of the boards. And so I'm using a HEPA filter on the shop vac there, and I'm vacuuming up as I go just to keep things a little bit cleaner. I'm wearing my face mask to reduce how much exposure I get to that. It's not a lot, but it's enough to where it warrants being careful and cautious. And that makes it another reason this is really good that we're doing this, just to get everything clean, So some other things I've noticed, and I didn't think about when I started this, there are water lines, plumbing lines, and electrical lines that are supported by the floor joists. And so before I can remove the floor joists, I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to support those or what I'm going to do with those. Because I don't want to shut off electricity in the house completely. I don't want to shut off water in the house completely. So just some things to think about. Anyway, making good progress. I'm going to keep getting at it, and yeah. Okay, I think that's all I got in me for today. I'm at the point over there where I can't stand on those boards anymore and remove them. So I need to put a structure kind of in this area there to stand on and remove those or do it from underneath. And I just don't have the energy to do it today. This is a lot of work. And plus I want to get these boards out of here and these boards out of here. I don't exactly know where I'm going to store all these. My guess is wherever I put them, they're going to stay there for a while. So I want them out of the way, but I want them to stay dry and not get ruined, because now that I figured out how to remove them without really damaging them, these will be good boards for something down the line after they've been denailed and cleaned out. So anyway, so I'm at a good stopping point today. Lots of work. This, I would say I'm about halfway done with getting up the tongue and groove. I still have this area to do here and the little bit that is remaining in the kitchen area. Most of this is already taken up from work I did a year and a half ago. This is taking forever, but so away it goes. All right, so that's the end of this one. So next episode will be more of the same. We're getting there. It's way more work than I thought. But based on what I'm seeing and how much black mold is left between the flooring and the joists, boy am I glad I'm doing this, because that just would not be healthy to have lingering about over the next many years of living in here. So way more than I anticipated, but definitely worth this, because we want to live in a nice, clean, healthy house. Okay, we'll see you next episode. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Bye.